Hey, it's me, Brianka J, your favorite book reviewer. If I ain't your favorite yet, I'm gonna be your favorite today, okay? No, just kidding. But here is where we discuss all things lit. That means literary reviews, literary analysis, and literary recommendations. If you like literature and you like books and you like to talk about books because you're a nerd, you're probably like me and don't have nobody to talk to, and that's okay because you got me now. So subscribe, join the family. We live in here. It's lit. You know what I'm saying? We're lighting up the room. Sorry. Today we're talking about The Water Dancer. I've given you a review, so you go back, check out my channel, look at that. But today we're talking about some of the thematic concerns of the work, some of the heavier issues that he brought out, and we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty details of like what was he trying to teach us. And so, you know, I prepared some notes, no biggie. Let's get into it, guys. So, to forgive is irrelevant, but to forget is to die. That is a lasting impression taken from Ta-Nehisi Coates' novel, The Water Dancer. The fictional tale sends us back to times of quality in the task and an effort to remind us the powerful use of conduction when we tell our stories. In a powerful tale of freedom and faith, Coates reminds us to cling to our history, no matter how painful. One must know his mother, must know his father, and must free himself from their shame. Our protagonist, Hiram, is ripped from his mother at a young age and must then be raised by his master and father. Sold away, Hiram had pushed the memory of his mother down into the down there of his mind. Hiram's choice to repress the memory allows him to cope with his pain and resume his task without overwhelming hatred towards his father. Yet, it also causes him his misfortune. His memory and his ability to recall is his greatest gift. To forget is to truly die. It is to truly slay. It is not until Hiram is unable to unlock these repressed memories to share his pain in that moment that he can free himself and his family from the clutches of slavery. For memory is the chariot and memory is the way, and memory is the bridge and the curse of slavery and the doom of freedom. And so, when Hiram represses this memory, he is lost and he has difficulty being found and difficulty finding himself. He begins to romanticize his relationship with his father and begins to misrepresent and misconstrue who he can trust and what family really is. It's blood, more important than water. But by forgetting his mother, he grows an unattainable relationship and he wishes for an unattainable relationship with his father. This one chains him to the task of slavery much longer than he should, and it also chains him to an inability to look at the world as he should. He gets small privileges and he begins to lose sight of himself. It is not until he is freed from slavery and witnesses what it's like to be free and begins to read and construe these ideas of what freedom is based on the stories of former slaves and seeing what family could look like and what family is and how he's been robbed of that ability, does he begin to recollect and understand the harm and shame of slavery and his own potential to save himself. His power of his memory is what allows him to conduct. It's what allows him to free himself. His story, not being ashamed of it, and I think that's an important thing to know. I think a lot of people of African American descent share a particular shame due to a lack of understanding of that history and that time period, but a shame about slavery, and it strikes us in a way that it doesn't allow us to grow. When we are vulnerable and we share our pain openly, it allows us to grow. And I think that's what's one of the important messages of the water dancer, is that he's trying to invoke in us and the importance of not only knowing our history, but sharing our history and sharing the beautiful parts and the not so beautiful parts, because this is what creates a culture, and this is what our memory is. And honestly, it goes all the way back to Africa. We are oral people. So our power is in our words and our stories and the feelings they evoke. When we stop telling our stories, when we start to forget our past or let the past go, what we are doing is denying the very real pain that we have suffered, and we don't allow ourselves to grow and heal from that pain. So I think it's very important what his primary message of the story was, and I think it should encourage all of us to take a moment and to talk to maybe our grandparents or our great-grandparents or one of the elder people in our family, and just ask them about their life and their childhood and some of the differences that they see today. Because when we start piecing together our present with our past, we can get a clearer vision of where we want to go in our future. That's all I have today. I hope you enjoyed that literary analysis of The Water Dancer. And if you got something you want to share, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, share do they have a glass of water in the share some water in the share a water emoji. I don't care what kind. Drop it in the comments, and I will see you next time. It's been real. Knowing you won't read it before we get too far away, I need to clear my mind.